This episode is titled, What's Holding You Back? And, when I think about this, we could probably have several episodes on what's holding you back because there's just so many aspects of what that looks like. Of course, it's different for everybody, but there's just so many aspects of what can hold you back. And, when I think about my own history, what it really comes down to, for me, what it really came down to is me, right?
No, not always, but in some way, shape, or form, we're always empowered to move forward. And we have to own certain things in that process. And sometimes that can be a little bit scary. When we think about, the things that hold us back, the visual I get is, back in the day, these magicians, they'd have themselves in a straight jacket, upside down in a tank of water, and they're, having to figure out a way to escape, for their big magic trick. And in some ways, I know I felt like that in the past where man, I'm chained, my hands are cuffed. I feel like there are systemic things that may also be getting in my way, but ultimately I have tools in my toolbox and a support system around me, which I think is also important to try to help me navigate that and move past some of those things that are holding me back, or better yet, let go of some of those things that are holding me back. Because sometimes we're just holding on to stuff that's extra weight.
You're holding on to it like an anchor on a boat. You just got to figure out when to let it go because it's doing you absolutely no good. And I find that the other part of it is fear, right? The fear of the unknown, your own limiting beliefs of things, And, I just want to ask the audience, a question that kind of goes along with what we were just talking about. And when I say fear, my question is what fear has had the loudest voice in your life lately? And how has it been directing your decisions, right?